Hi, and welcome to the R2RB podcast series. Today I have with me the founder, drummer, background vocalist, and songwriter Luis of the Devons from Toluca, Mexico. Luis, how are you today?
Hi, David. Thank you for having me tonight on your show. I'm very excited to join you on R2RB broadcasting series.
Thank you. Thank you. I am glad you're here. And I understand that the other guys are in the studio checking out a couple of new songs that you are putting together.
Yeah, they are in the studio right now and they are checking the final mix of two new songs that we have been recorded.
How exciting. And why don't you tell us who they are?
Well, there are three of us. In the band, Adrian, who is the bass player, Robert, who is the lead vocalist and lead guitarist, and I am Luis, the drummer and background vocalist and lead vocalist on Ballerina.
I love the song. And we'll get to that shortly. Absolutely. And are you all from Toluca, Mexico?
Yes, we are from Toluca, Mexico. For those who don't know where is Toluca, Toluca is a city located 40 miles west from Mexico City.
I did not know where it was. I actually had to look it up, and it's the pictures I was looking at it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's an industrial city, but we have some interesting places to go. And
what's the weather like there now?
It's hot, like 28 degrees centigrade.
Yeah, that's hot.
Celsius degrees, I think is.
Yeah. Let's talk about who you guys were before the Devons. You performed initially under the name The Bones, correct?
Yeah, correct.
And how did you all meet?
Well, it all goes back to 2017 when I met Lalo and Alan, who were my friends in college. We all shared the passion for music and we decided to start a band. We start to practice and then we start to look for bars and clubs in which we could play. Then some guy from some bar called us and we start to play in that bar.
And what kind of music were you playing?
We were a cover band who played classic rock covers in English and Spanish, such as Queen, Beatles, Bon Jovi, No Doubt, and in Spanish bands like Caifanes, Maná, Enanitos Verdes, among others.
So, and this was before the pandemic that you were with the Bones?
Yeah, that was before the pandemic.
Yeah, so it was the Bones. And then during the pandemic, then you began the Devons?
We began the Devons because during the pandemic, everything shut down. And because music has never been a hobby for me, so I decided that it was time for the band to move forward and start writing our own music.
Then once the pandemic, when we were out of all that, then you were able to hit the scene again and go live.
Yeah, we started in the pandemic to record our first single, who was Ballerina. When the bars open again, we start to playing live again.
Are you all the original members from the Bones transferred into the Devons?
No, past members of the band didn't share with me the vision I had planned for the band.
Okay.
Since it started, so I look for people who did share it and to start to write song with my new partners.
Cool. Do you do all the songwriting for the songs, or do you collab with the other guys?
Yeah, well, we in the band we are three: Robert, Adrian, and me. And Robert and me are the songwriters of Devons.
You had mentioned that the music's not a hobby for you; it's your passion. And so, do you do this full time? Then is the band full time for all of you?
Yeah, it's full time for all of us because it takes a lot of time, no? Because we have to write songs, to practice that songs, to record the songs, and to do all the stuff that goes beyond the music.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot for an indie artist that you especially since you're also songwriter as well. So you write your own songs and then you put it together and you lay your tracks and then you mix it and then you put it all together and release it. That's a full-time job in itself as well.
Yeah, it's really complicated, but we like what we do and we have the passion for write songs to express what we want, what we feel. It's what we love to do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's what we hear. We hear that passion. We hear, the love that you guys have for your music through your songwriting and through the songs that you have released already, which is just awesome in itself.
Yeah, thank you. Because What I like about writing with Robert is that we have different influences in music, which give us like different sounds,
Uh,
but we manage to mix and create our own style that goes from pop rock, for example, in Ballerina, throughout classic rock in Long Live Rock, to hard rock in Hate Me, Love Me.
Wow. And so talking about genres, and I asked this, been asking this question to the indie artists. Do you see yourself in one genre? I know you mentioned rock, but being an indie artist, that gives you the creative license then to, dive into or go over into another genre. Do you feel yourselves doing that?
Yeah, rock is our favorite genre of music. Like in Latin America, we live in Latin America, so
Right.
we are full of different rhythms, and we like to experiment with some of those rhythms and mix it with rock.
Yeah, so cool. And that's why I enjoy the indie music so much, and exactly for that reason. So, what's one of the best things about being an indie artist, versus being a big mainstream, artist being signed with a big label?
Well, maybe that you have the freedom to manage your band. I mean, write, speak, and dress the way we want. So that's what we like about being
Right.
an indie artist.
Yeah, absolutely. So, let me ask you, how did you hear about Melodic Harmony Reviews?
I saw their Facebook page and then looked for me throughout email because they asked me if I want a review of Ballerina. And of course, I said yes.
That's right. So it was
Yeah.
Ballerina that they reviewed, but did they review
Yeah.
the whole EP, which includes Ballerina, Hate Me, Love Me, Long Live Rock, and Come Back, or was it just Ballerina?
Well, it was just Ballerina, but they mentioned all our EP, but they focus on Ballerina.
Yeah. So,
So
and you received a great review from them. Were you happy with it?
yeah, I was very thrilled when I read it because I grew up with the music of the Beatles and I always loved the happiness and positivity of their songs.
Yeah.
They said on the review that our music reminded the music of the Beatles. So I was very thrilled by that
Yeah.
review. Paul McCartney, if you are listening to this, listen to our song Ballerina by Devons.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And they had this to say, and that's exactly what they said. If you miss the sound of the 70s and crave a fresh, unique sound, Devons are the band for you. Bursting with classic rock and positivity, Ballerina is the remedy. And I agree. The Mexican-based three-piece really know how to capture the traits of the era of the Beatles, emotion, and style. And I have listened to Ballerina over and over, and it is just absolutely, I love the song.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, it's one of my favorites too.
How did that song come about?
We were jamming with my band, but nothing came to our mind that night. Then I returned to home and I was eating quesadillas. I don't know if
Yes.
you know what is a
Oh, I
quesadilla.
do. Yes.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and then the melody came to my mind. I left the quesadilla and I went to and pick up my guitar and start the chords. And then like the song came in 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Wow.
And at the time, I was in love with a girl, but the girl was a singer, not a ballerina. But the lyrics sound silly if I sing like my singer makes me sing.
Right.
So I changed it to ballerina.
Oh, how? Oh, I like that. Oh my gosh. Well, congratulations on the review because it's really very well deserved.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so glad about that review because it's like captured the essence of the band. No, I think so.
Yeah, I'm so with melodic harmony reviews. They do such a great job. They do such an awesome job. I'm glad that your music was one of the reviews.
Yeah, they did a great job, and I couldn't agree more with what you said about them. They are just fantastic.
So, do you perform live just in Mexico, or do you travel outside of Mexico?
At the moment, we perform just in Mexico, but our goal is to perform around the world in every country that we can.
That would be awesome. Well, I'll be watching for the schedule on that one.
Yeah, United States
Yeah,
is
absolutely. I'm over on the East Coast.
beautiful places over there.
Yeah, it is. I love the East Coast. I've lived in California, but I definitely like the East Coast. So
Yeah.
you do all your own recordings for your songs. Do you like that part of the music world? recording in the studio, putting it all together?
It's tough to record because you have to spend like 8 hours a day, and we have recorded at different studios because the production part is complicated. So we have respect for all these the music producers because they do a great and tough job.
Yeah. But in the end, it all comes out beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you all do this full time. You don't have any other full-time jobs.
Yeah, we all have jobs as well, but
Okay.
we practice on our own every day and rehearse 2 or 3 times per week together.
Wow.
So we can write songs and practice them. Start to do some arrangement for the songs.
It's a lot of work, but it's a passion. Speaking with indie artists, it's a, that passion that goes so deep within all those that I've spoken to about it. Is it the same for you?
Yeah, of course, the passion is, I think, is what you need for being a musician. The passion is the most important thing.
I agree. And what advice would you give another indie artist just starting out? Because this is not an easy industry these days.
No, there is a lot of competition because you have a lot of tools right now, but there are amount of artists in all over the world. So you have to be authentic in what you want in your music, in your style, in your speech, and that will give you the opportunity to be what you want. I think so.
Yeah. AI, artificial intelligence. I know it's used. Do you have any feelings on it?
Well, I think that it's a great tool, but I think that artificial intelligence can compete with human because they don't have feelings, and the humans have feelings, and what
Right.
you share with your music,
Yeah.
it's throughout feelings. I think so.
Yeah.
What you connect when you connect with someone, it's with our feelings.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I can see AI being used to help with maybe recording or, mixing and that part of it. But without that,
Mm-hmm.
but without having that, your feelings interjected into your music, then it's really nothing. It does become robotic.
Yeah, it's what I think so.
So, what do you think about Facebook and Instagram these days? Do you use it to promote the band?
Yeah, we use it. It's a great tool to expose your music, your image, and all that it's related with that. We are not too good managing and handling Facebook or Instagram, but we do what we can.
Yeah, that's another full-time job.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of
It
work to
is.
do, but and in different branches, I think so, because it's funny at the end of the day that taste and do some kind of stuff that get you out of your comfortable zone.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Have you had any issues with Facebook these days? I know some of the indie artists are having issues with not being able to post or comment on, here or there. Or actually, in R2RB, actually also had a problem a couple of times with, I don't know if Facebook is going through some changes and it's affecting everybody in different ways. Have you had any issues?
No, for the moment, I don't have any issue with Facebook or Instagram, but yes, I have seen that a lot of bands have had issues with Facebook, but I don't know why. I think that algorithm
Yep.
it has changed, or I don't know why.
Yeah, something's changing because anytime everybody starts to have an issue, there's usually something in the background gonna, hit the scene soon, but hopefully it doesn't upset the boat too badly.
Yeah.
So do you guys collaborate with anybody? Do you work with
For the
anybody else?
for the moment, for the songs, for our songs,
Hmm.
we haven't collaborated with anybody else. But last week we went live to, well, we have a presentation in a bar, and we collaborate with our friend called Jose Loport, and we did a concert, and we present our songs, our real life. Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Do you like collaborating?
Yeah, it was very fun.
Oh, cool. So you have 2 new songs you're working on?
Yeah, we have been working on 2 new songs. One is called Healers, and our first song in Spanish called Gato Negro.
Oh, all right.
That means black cat in English, and that will be releasing on this July. But we will be sending the tracks to you once we release them.
Oh, great. That's awesome. And I'm sorry, do you have a release date, did you say?
Not, but probably at the beginning of July.
Oh, great. Well, I'm excited about that. Absolutely. So what's the best place for everybody to find you and everybody else at the Devons?
Well, throughout social media on Facebook, you can find us as Devons Rock Band, on Instagram, devons.official, and on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube as Devons.
Okay, awesome. Well, it was so great. Thank you, Luis, for sitting down with me. I know that you probably want to get over to the studio. I appreciate you being here with me tonight, and I'm looking forward to the 2 new releases. Is there anything else you want to share that I haven't touched on?
Well, that the next releases are going to be awesome because we enjoyed writing and recorded on the studio. Thank you. It was my pleasure to chat with you. It was a really nice chat with you. I love it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You'll have to tell the guys I said hello. I really enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to, as I said, to the new songs coming out.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Oh, you're welcome.